Spanish. We have a very mixed crowd. I love that. Thank you for coming on your Saturday. I know that you could be anywhere. Yo sé que pudieron estar en cualquier otro lugar, en la playa, en el mall, en un restaurante, con sus familias, in Boca. Which is guys in Boca. Thank you for coming to this moment in our story. And I say our story because I feel like this is not just me. This is also my tribe, my arrows. You're sitting here with me in this moment. God made a way for these small pages to be published, and I don't want to overlook the fact that I know that it's His miracle. Because when I started off the year, this was not on my horizon. This was not on my bucket list. This was not even a dream, to be honest with you. El año pasado, last June, me encontraba en las montañas de North Carolina y estaba en un trail y me encontré en un momento de tanto paz, me sentía whole, me sentía completa, que tuve que parar y decir, wow, Father, por primera vez en mi vida me siento completa, like whole, como que no falta nada. Let me go to my English friends. Bueno, ¿todo el mundo aquí entiende inglés? Sí. Sí, ok, so puedo estudiar inglés. Last June I was in the mountains of North Carolina. I've been going there since I was 25. To ski, to hike. I love and see. It's like my home away from home. And on a trail, I remember just stopping and feeling such peace on that trail and just feeling like I felt whole for the first time in my life. I felt complete, and it was an oxymoron. It was a paradox because I thought, how do I feel so complete, Father, when I've literally just been through the fire, I've been through a desert, I've been through divorce, which is like a death. And I feel so whole. I feel so complete. So I went back to the cabin, I went on my laptop, and within 3 days, I literally wrote from my journal. Like this is literally, these are my journal thoughts. So I didn't think they were going to be on Amazon one day. I had, my stomach was a mess. The night before, the publisher told me it's going live on Amazon tomorrow. I go, wait. Before you hit send, can I read it one more time? I want to make sure it doesn't hurt my dad, and I want to make sure that everything is active. She's like, Lily, you've already signed the contract, and you're too late. Like, it's with Amazon. So, it's literally my journal. It's literally my thoughts. It rarely even made it to a book because a book has to be 100 pages, and it's exactly 100 pages that I wrote. It's 10 chapters. So I even told the publisher, can you make it a devotional instead of a book? She said, no, it's a book. I said, can we make the font a little bit bigger so that it's a little bit thicker? She goes, no, because we want people to grab it and digest it, and this generation doesn't like the thick books anymore. They want something they can digest in 1 or 2 sittings. So she literally just said, can you just trust me? You just trust me. You do what you do. You know, you tell your story, and let us do what we do. So within 30 days, they published the paperback. This is the paperback. They published the Kindle version. The next phase is the audio recording. I'm going to audio version my book. Audio, so it's my voice. Right? Audiobook in English, in Espanol. And then the paperback, the hardcovers are the next phase, which is a little bit more investment, but I really want the hardcover. It'll be a little bit smaller, a little bit thicker, but those are the next 2 phases. I say all that to say that God has been so tender with us, and when you dare to just put something in His hands, what maybe took you or that you dreamt of for 15 years, He can do in an instant. And as you read through this, if you read through this book, although my heart is to talk to the girl that has gone through a divorce. That was my initial intent. What I'm seeing my Father do is it's helping women that have dealt with loss. A woman reached out to me on Wednesday. She's in California. She said, Lily, I am remarried already. I'm remarried. I'm married to a very successful man. I have 2 kids with this man, but your book, I had to stop in chapter 2, feel the loss, because I never mourned the loss of my first marriage. So I'm starting counseling today, because I never felt the loss. And why I'm so thankful for your book is because I read it in 2 nights. Is I was making my husband pay for what my first husband did. It wasn't a Hollywood for me. I had a mom reach out to me from Texas. She said, the book life is over. Our ministry was over. Our calling was over. There was no getting back from that. As a ministry pastor even told me during this process, he said, this will be the final nail in your coffin. You will never preach again. Tiaras will die. You will never work for a church again. And his words really paralyzed me for a good year. He's in chapter 2. You read a little bit about that encounter with him. But he really unveiled how most people will see you. Divorce is like a death. And divorce in ministry, it's a double death. And for us, we not only lost our home, our marriage, we lost our church. The church that I pastored for 7 years. I just saw their backs at the end of our divorce. I can count in my hands who still loves us and stayed in our circle, in our midst. But our church gave us their back. It's usually what happens. I love them, I bless them, I'm not mad at them. But it's usually what happens to pastors. I've had other pastors reach out to me now to say, can I do a podcast with you? I was the girl you described. My church gave me my back too. The church that I planted. I can't imagine being the pastor that you plant a church. I mean, for me at least, I was there for 7 years. I pastored, but it was not the church that I planted. It still hurt. It still hurt. And there were nights that I wanted to punch people in the face. But God is a God of grace. God is a God of resurrection. God is a God that heals. I can now drive on Flamingo Road, and when I see that church now, I extend my hand and I bless that church. Where I couldn't do that for like 3 years. I couldn't drive on Flamingo Road. I would take Red Road. I would take other streets. I could not even drive on Flamingo Road of the pain. But God is a God of resurrection. So literally, guys, this is a miracle. This is only 100 pages. It is my journal. I'm putting it in the hands of daughters, hoping that they can finally find the wholeness that I found in my brokenness. Because what God showed me was I was acting like an orphan all these years, looking for safety in a man's arms since I was raised fatherless. And what he showed me was, you're not an orphan, you're actually a daughter of the king. You are who you preach and teach at Tiaras. The message is not just for the girls, it's for you. It's for you. So in this blessing, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to just read a few things that I highlighted. I'm not going to read, of course, a lot, but I wanted to just read a few things that were really near to my heart. And if you see the graphic artist that laid it out, I had him put in bold letters whispers at the end that my father gave me during my process. Like one of the whispers that the Holy Spirit gave me was, God cannot go against his word. I cannot go against my word. I'm not a liar. God is not a liar. God is real. God is true. He's not a liar. So as you look through it, you're going to see different things that the Holy Spirit told me, and those are in bold. But I'm just going to start with a few excerpts.